Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a blog meets vlog. And what that is I have started a blog and I've been posting the links to the blog on my social media, but I'm going to take some of my posts on my blog and turn them into videos. I'm going to start with my Morphe blog because I do believe that that is a hot topic issue. So I have my camera set up right here. I have my laptop set up over here. So I'm going to be going from my blog to my camera. So if I'm looking off to the side, it's because I'm looking at the blog. Let's see here. I've never actually done this before, so I'm trying to see if I can. Okay. I guess I can't zoom in on it any, so if I have to kind of like look up on it, I might have to lean out of view, but anyway. So today's topic of blog meets vlog is Morphe. Now, I'm not saying Morphe is horrible or you shouldn't buy Morphe, because I do have some Morphe products. I guess this thing didn't charge all the way. Okay, whatever. Morphe's not a bad company. I'm not saying that it's horrible. I'm just saying that you just have to be. Hold on a second, guys. Be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Had to plug in my ring light because it's not as bright as I want it to be. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. With Morphe, it's not that I'm saying that it's a horrible company and that you shouldn't buy from them, because like I said, I have a couple of their products. What I'm saying is you have to be very diligent with Morphe. Now, what do I mean by that? I'll get into that. So, let me go to my blog. So, I start off with, so who's a fan of Morphe? If you're a fan of Morphe, in the comments below, I want to see a hands up. Because I am a fan of Morphe for certain things. As a brand, period, I do say it is a hit or miss brand. Like, take for instance, the Jaclyn Hill palette. I like the original Jaclyn Hill palette. That was one of those, I want this palette, and I wanted that palette for a while. But I did a lot of research. I read a lot of reviews. I watched a lot of reviews on it. I swatched it several times myself at several different stores, and I looked at it in depth. Now, I wanted that palette. Now, as for the Jaclyn Hill Vault, I won't touch the Jaclyn Hill Vault with a 10-foot pole. I have looked at several reviews, I've read several articles on it, I've swatched it myself at several different locations, and it is not good. It's not consistent. At one location, it may be great, and you're like, yes. You go to another location, and it is shit. Like, literal. You swatch one, you're like, okay, cool. You go to the next location, you swatch the same eyeshadow, and you're like, the literal hell? It's not consistent. Now, that's also a thing in other Morphe palettes. Some of the larger other Morphe palettes have the same problems. So that is a problem in Morphe across other things in the brand, okay? So, I have read these horror stories of the underperforming colors, splotchiness, powdery shadows, not being able to blend, colors changing on the eyes. Like you think you've got like this perfect like green color and you're shading it in and it's going like a gray, or it's like the perfect brown but it's turning like a weird like olive green on your eyes. Colors not blending well together, and a whole book of other issues. And this is going from batch to batch. This is going from collection to collection. And these were all issues that were talked about with other things in Morphe. These were all different issues that were with other Morphe palettes, but they all became a large scale, massive issue when the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection came out. Because it was like, whoa, focus. Okay. They were all in the Jaclyn Hill collection. Like, these were problems that were like individually like unveiled in other collections. Like you might have this like large Morphe palette over here that had like some underperforming colors, and this other like other unveiled Morphe palette over here might have some splotchiness, and then this other Morphe drop over here would have like these colors that wouldn't blend together, and this other one over here might have this color that would change colors on you over here, and then this other one over here would have this other problem. But then the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection dropped, and then it had all of them, and people were like, hold up, shut the front door, what the hell, what the literal hell is going on here? And so that's when people started really paying attention to all the problems that was going on. So then, like, we had that problem. Then people started talking about the problems with Morphe brushes. Now, Morphe, real name is Morphe Brushes. So now we're having a problem with brushes. And there was a whole host of pictures splashed across the internet of all these problems with Morphe's brushes. Like literally the whole head was coming off, all these bristles were coming out, you washed it one time and it like disintegrated on you, like all these problems. So yes, I have a Morphe brush in my collection. I have one Morphe brush. It's this big fan brush, and y'all have seen me use it a lot since Christmas. And I love this brush, but y'all don't know what torture this brush endured before it left the store. I took this brush, I got it at the store, and first I did a lot of research on brushes, period, when I was looking at brushes. I knew what kind of brush I wanted. I knew the exact kind of brush I wanted, because this is the only kind of brush I didn't have in my collection. I knew the exact kind of brush I wanted. And I found this brush, and I did a lot of review research, and this brush did not have a lot of bad reviews. Now, one of the biggest complaints on this brush is that it's rough, and it does have a rough texture, but I'm using this on the edge of my face. It's not like it's going all the way across my face. It's going on the edge of my face, so the rough texture doesn't bother me. And it does have a rough texture to it. But I took this brush and I pulled the sleeve down on this brush in the store, and I literally like cranked this mug all through the store. I'm like walking through the store and I'm like cranking it back and forth and this way and that way, because if it shed one bristle off of it before I left the store, I was not going to buy it. And it didn't, and so I bought it. But I did a lot of research on it before I bought it, and I put it through a torture test in the 45 minutes that I was in the store. But there was huge things into it, but also there's also a huge thing about where I bought my 2 Morphe products. Now, I only have 2 Morphe products in my makeup collection. I have the Jaclyn Hill palette and I have that 1 Morphe brush. I have 2 Morphe products in my whole entire makeup collection. Both of those Morphe products come from one place and one place only, and they come from Ulta. I did not buy from Morphe directly, I bought from Ulta. And I bought from Ulta because Ulta has a better return policy. I was not going to get screwed by Morphe on Morphe's jacked up return policy. And if anybody learned anything from the Jaclyn Hill vault catastrophe, Morphe has a horrible return policy. If you swatch a product, they won't take it back. Well, you're not going to know if it's jacked up if you don't swatch it. I mean, you can't open something. Like, say, I've got this on my vanity right now. I can't open this palette and just go, oh, that's shit, and send it back. No, I have to swatch it. I have to put a brush to it and see if it's going to blend on my eye. You cannot look at something and see if it's crap. You have to use it to see if it's crap. And then on top of that, they make you pay to ship it back to them. No. Now, get this. They just literally returned a girl $7 and some change. $7 and some change on a James Charles palette. Her original cost that she paid out was $43 and some change on the James Charles palette. They gave her $7 and something on a refund after they took out all the shipping and stuff. Way to go, Morphe. You're great. But their return policy is seriously jacked up. And I tell you, if you want to buy something from Morphe, your best bet is to go get the product from Ulta if it's available at Ulta. If not, you better hope you love it and buy it through Morphe, because if you go to return it, you're just going to get screwed. If you can return it at all, you're going to get screwed. But, so we've talked about the issues with some of their products, their brushes. We talked about their return policy. Now, let's talk about Morphe and their influencers. Now, Morphe has several large influencers that push their products, but they will not help grow smaller influencers at all, at all. They have their picks of the larger influencers. They have Jaclyn Hill, they have Manny, they have James Charles. Now, Jeffree Star, even though he sells his products in their stores, he doesn't have a code with them. He doesn't really push their products. Like, he uses some of their products, and I still trust his opinion on things. So he's not like really in their back pocket, but he still uses some of their products. They have Nikkie Tutorials, they have Lipstick Nick. I mean, so they have some of the larger influencers in their back pockets. And these mugs will shove their products down your throat. Jaclyn Hill only posts a new video when she's pushing some new Morphe product down your throat. They will shove that code down your throat so fast, it is unreal. But you never see any smaller influencers with a Morphe code. You never see any smaller influencers getting any PR packages from Morphe, which is also strange because considering Tati Westbrook is a very large influencer. But she stated in her PR unboxing on January 11th that she is not on their PR list, which is very weird because she does have a very large following and people actually respect her opinions. So that's strange to me. Just food for thought there. I think it's because she's very honest, and Morphe doesn't really like somebody that's honest. They just want somebody that's going to shove their products. But that's my opinion. But you don't see smaller influencers with a code. You don't see smaller influencers on the PR list. You only see these larger influencers with a code on the PR list that are going to be shoving this product down your throat. And the larger influencers will give you these fluffed up reviews with this quote unquote discount code. And they're just like shoving this product down your throat. They're telling you how great it is. They're telling you this, they're telling you that. And it's just down your throat. Constantly, constantly, constantly. Anyway. The latest issue of Morphe is this foundation, concealer, and setting powder release. Now, I give Morphe this. They came out with 60 shades of foundation. But the undertones seem to be in question. Like, they're just weird. Like, I don't know how to explain it. If you haven't seen the pictures, go look them up. They just look weird. And it's a matte foundation. I mean, I can get behind that. It's a middle price range at $18. The concealers are $9. They haven't given any price range on the setting powder. Now they're trying to say that the concealer is comparable to Tarte Shape Tape. Okay, whatever. Now I watched bits and pieces of Manny's. I can't watch a full Manny video. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't deal with him. I don't like him. He gets under my skin. I just don't like him. He has this arrogance to him that just, I can't watch him. But he did an 8-hour wear time test. Now, the whole entire time he's putting this on and he's doing it, he's talking about how it's settling in his pores and his little lines and yada, yada, yada. But then he gives it a good review. But the whole entire time that he's shooting it, he's saying all these negative things about it, but then he gives it a good review and pushes his code. Even though at the end of the 8 hours, his face is shinier than a freaking lake. Like I could go sailing on his face. No, that doesn't look good. I've watched swatches. I've watched people discuss it. And it's just, I'm not sure about this. I'm just going to tell you, for all intents and purposes, I just don't think it is going to be a foundation I'm going to run out and buy. I mean, I'm on a low buy at this point in the year. We're fresh out of Christmas and I went ham on makeup. Pretty much only going to be buying stuff if I need it, like, you know, foundation, primer. I'm set on setting powders right now, so it's going to be like stuff that I need. But I don't see me running out and running and getting a Morphe foundation. I just don't see that happening. I also don't see this as being something that is as good as everybody's trying to hype it up to be. I just don't see it. Now in Tati's January 11th PR unboxing, she did put out the question in that video if people want her to try it. She did say she's not on the PR list, so she didn't get the package. So she's going to have to wait until the launch, which is later this month, to purchase it. She said she is willing to go out and purchase it and do a video on it. If she does do that video, I will be watching, but I'm not doing, I didn't write this blog and I'm not turning it into a video to bash Morphe. Like I said, I'm a fan of the brand. I don't think everything about it is bad. What I think is they try to rush out things a little too fast. I think they need to take a step back and maybe work on things a little bit harder and make things a little bit better. Like I said, the first Jaclyn Hill palette is beautiful. Maybe if they would have put that much effort into the vault, it would have been beautiful. The James Charles palette I'm staying away from because there's been a few too many negative reviews on, and that whole little temper tantrum over the chick with the blisters on her eyes. I mean, she had blisters on her eyes. She had a reason to rant. I'm sorry, she did. And I'm going to just stay away from that one, but there are some of the larger palettes that I've read really good reviews about, and I think they would be nice to have. There are some of the smaller ones that I've read good reviews about that I would like to have. There's actually talk that in my March Luxie box, I'm getting one of the smaller ones. It's one that I've read a good review about. I'm kind of excited about. Some of the brushes have good reviews. I'd be excited to add those to my collection. Now, some of the other stuff that has bad reviews, I want to stay away from. It's a good brand, but it's one of the brands you kind of have to do research on. But I also believe this. All makeup that you buy, one, makeup is not cheap, it is expensive, and you need to put research in everything. Two, you put it on your face. You need to put research into it anyway. You need to take the time to research what you're slathering on your face, because your face is your face. It's the first thing people see about you. So you need to take care of it, and you need to make sure what you're putting on your face is good. But most of all, you need to make sure that what you're spending your hard-earned cash on is good quality. So even though this video has been a really kind of long video about a lot of bad things about Morphe, I'm gonna wrap it up with, I know it's been a little all over the place. Do I hate Morphe? No. Is Morphe my favorite? No. Will I buy from Morphe? Yes. Will I buy everything from Morphe? No. Will I put a lot of research into what I buy from Morphe? Yes. Will I recommend stuff from Morphe? Yes. But you need to research what you buy. Don't just because an influencer tells you that you need to buy it, run out and buy it. Do not do that. And don't take my word from it. Sit down. Go to several different things. Read several different things. Educate yourself about what you're putting on your face and what you're putting your money into. Anyway, guys, this is my very first blog to vlog video. Let me know what you think about it. If you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that rectangle and subscribe to my channel and ring the bell. I upload 5 days a week. And if you'd like to, find me across the internet. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye.